She's coming. She said she's coming. How you doing? Good to see you as well. Don't hurt us, brother. Don't hurt us, brother. Right there.
Really? Oh my God.
The time I can have the seats, front and side have a seat. All my black belts, front and seat, please. We want to get started.
Yeah.
You want to sit right here? Get this show on the road.
That's how you been done this up. All right.
Because you were able to come forward, we have our black belts still standing to have your seats. We're going to get started. Shihan, Kendrick, greatest, anxious to get out of here. We're going to get our program started. We're going to start with our opening prayer, Grandmaster Sharif. All right? After that, I want all my black belts to come to line up at the door as we bring forth our honoree for today. At this time, all my black belts have a seat. Out here from the top. Right here from the top. All black belts over here. Again, Professor Ibrahim Sharif will open with prayer. I have a couple of remarks after that. I'm going to bring our honoree out for this great event on today. Professor Ibrahim.
Good afternoon. How's everyone feeling? At this time, praise to the one who has blessed us to be here today. In many cases that we take so much for granted, because if it wasn't for the laws of gravity, you would be floating out here. And it's not the White House, or the State House, or the county, or the mayor, or the council. There's a power that's greater than all of us, that keeps us here that we may sometimes take for granted. So at this time, I want to ask everyone to please stand for God. Regardless of what your labels are, it doesn't matter. Because the one who we know that keeps the universe in order and keep us here from the time that we was in our mother's womb to the time that we was even go further when we were conceived. And when we stand, we show respect for the one who always blesses us. I'm not here to preach, but I'm just here to remind us this is not a basketball game or a football game. This is something that is more important. So we ask you to concentrate. Whatever you believe in, that's okay. But when you stand, you're standing for the creator of the universe. We pray. In the name of God, the beneficent, most merciful, most gracious, the one who brings everything into existence of the seen and the unseen. All of his representatives who came in his name, they were one. They had no differences. They believed in him and followed his commands. From Adam all the way to Muhammad, Moses, Jesus, Lot, Noah, Abraham, all of them followed God's instructions. We thank God for all of you who came here today under Grand Master Kevin Thompson, who spent over 30-something years and more loving you, teaching you, disciplining you, and letting you know that you are part of the human family. We thank God for all of those who have been steadfast to stand up for what is right in the world, be it America or outside of America. We thank God for those heroes and sheroes who sacrificed and did not charge us one dime. We thank God for our parents and our great-grandparents, our grandparents, and we thank God for our youth and our children, the mothers and the fathers. And Almighty God, we're so grateful and we're forever mindful of who you are. We thank you so much. We thank you for being able to allow us to be here today with our feet flat on the earth and keeping the water from overflowing the land. We will never forget you. Amen. Amen.
As a matter of introduction, just want to thank everybody again for coming out to this great event on today. I was in the back earlier talking to Shihan Kendrick, Gray, and I reminded him of the fact that he is worthy to be commended for what he's about to do today. Because he is only the third of 3 people to go through what he's going to go through today. A one-man black belt promotion for a high-level ranking in this organization. This is only the 3rd time that it's happened in our 37-year history. Bush. first time that it happened was in 1985, myself. The second time, I forget the year, but Master Amin did it in the early 2000s. Yeah, clap for the explosion, yeah, clap for the explosion. No, the explosion was first, and Amin Wazir did it after that. So Shihan Kendrick is the third in that link that Asatila saw fit and felt, worthy of going through such a promotion. I told him in the back that he is making history. He started training at the age of 11, so he has put 23 years of dedicated training and commitment, not just in this organization, but in Karate Do. And that is worthy of commending. We commended him for that. And then the third thing that we commended him for in the back was the fact that, and Wazir Jeff said it best in the back, for the past 4 to 5 years, Shihan Kendrick has been literally Asatila's right-hand man. He kept these doors open for the past 4 or 5 years. When Asatila first became diagnosed with his illness, Shihan stepped up and he kept the doors open. So I can't think of a more worthy candidate for what's about to happen today than Shihan Kendrick Gray. Let's give him courtesy. Breathe. Oh! He hears me. At this time, also, as part of introduction, I want to also introduce all of the black belts of the organization. We'll do this as one group. We don't have time to announce everybody by name, but we certainly want you to be recognized as black belts in the Shakil School of Martial Arts Karate organization. So I would like for everybody to expeditiously, if you're a black belt in this organization, to please come front and center and face the front dais. Or come right across the middle of the floor, very quickly please. So we recognize and honor our black belts of this organization. Face towards the dais. Face this way. Watch here. Face that way. We're Grandmaster City. Everybody face that way, please. One straight line. You can line up. One straight line. Back up. Back up. Everybody back up some. One straight line across the floor, guys. Has it been that long off the dojo floor for some of you? Has it been that long off the dojo floor? Good. For all of our guests who are sitting in the stands, and there are more coming, I'm sure, but you can see that this is just right here, this black belt representation is just a small percentage of the total number of black belts that this organization has produced. I told the black belts in our meeting earlier that Grandmaster Kendrick Thompson is a teacher of teachers. And just to see how many black belts have been nourished and recognized and honored by this man. Speaks volumes about his commitment to the art of Karate Do. I want to thank all the black belts in attendance and face towards Asatila. Looking forward to get ready. Face our guests, our audience. Looking courtesy. Black belts, you guys are so awesome. It's good to see you in numbers. There is power in numbers, baby. Bounce the lines out, please. Bounce the lines out. Shihan Kendrick Gray has been training in the Shakil School of Martial Arts since 1995. Totaling 23 years of Karate Do development. His consistency and hard work allowed him to advance through the ranks, earning the rank of Shodan in 2001. He currently serves as the general manager and assistant instructor of the Shakil School of Martial Arts. Outside the dojo, he works in the Newark public school system in the special needs program, a position he's held for a few years. He is also an artist, specializing in drawing, painting, and graphic design. These days, he's venturing in filmmaking with 2 fan films currently in the works. Well, That's Shihan in terms of his work outside the dojo. But today, we're going to see what he has been doing inside the dojo. At this time, I present to God and introduce to others, Shihan Kendrick.
Let's work it, Shihan. Let's work. Let's work it. Yeah!
Hey!
You're going to back the change. Is on behalf of this organization that we're making on today, Grandmaster Kevin Thompson, our Asatita, would like for us to grace and bless individuals with certain awards. Today we have Hall of Fame Award being presented. We have Lifetime Achievement Awards being presented. And then we have Higher Ranking Honorary Black Belt Awards being presented. We're going to start today with our Lifetime Achievement Award presentation. Master Custom Gomez will make the presentation on today. When you call, please come front and center.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. It's my honor to present Grandmaster Kevin Thompson's Shakil School of Martial Arts Karate Organization, Inc. Lifetime Achievement Award to Wazir Eddie Poole. Wazir Eddie Poole began his martial arts training back at the Shihan back in the early 90s, becoming one of the first true junior black belts in the system. Today, the Shakil School of Martial Arts Karate Organization honors him for his outstanding dedication, commitment, and overall generosity to not only the martial arts community, but to the world over. You are a lifetime achiever. Oh! Our next recipient is Wazira Dolores Bernard Howard. Wazira Dolores Bernard Howard is a long-standing student at the Shakil School of Martial Arts for over 20 years, receiving her honorary black belt in 2016. Though her training was a bit on and off, she has remained dedicated and committed to her training in the dojo, always proving how strong and disciplined she is. She is a retired law enforcement officer with over 25 years of experience with the Essex County Sheriff's Office. Wazira Dolores is also an accomplished R&B singer, along with her husband, who is also a singer, Sean Howard. They go and perform for concerts, wedding anniversaries, etc. She has the Supreme review. I'm going to skip some of this. So, you are a lifetime achiever. Us. Thank you.
Let's give our lifetime achiever the hand again. Give a hand. Lifetime commitment to this organization. Next up, we're going to bring Shihan back out for the weaponry portion of his promotion. We're going to go into with the Hall of Fame Award. We're going to go into the Hall of Fame Award.
The Hall of Fame Award presentation.
The next awardee is Master Earl Harris, Hall of Fame Award of the Shakil School of Martial Arts Karate Organization. Earl Harris, the discipline of Grandmaster Sam McGee, began training in 1978 in Harlem, USA. His discipline was Go-Ju, a hard Japanese style. Promoted to the rank of black belt in 1981, he won his first grand championship in 1991. We recognize your dedication to the martial arts and your competitive standard for excellence. You are an inspiration to all of us and stand as an example that demonstrates commitment to being the very, very best. Today, the Shakil School of Martial Arts Organization honors him for his outstanding dedication, commitment, and overall contributions to the martial arts community. Welcome to the Shakil School of Martial Arts Karate Hall of Fame. Us. Our next recipient of the Hall of Fame Award is Sensei Fabian Henry. Please come up. We recognize your dedication to the martial arts and your competitive standards for excellence. You are an inspiration to all of us and stand as an example that demonstrates commitment for being the very, very best. Today, the Shakil School of Martial Arts Karate Organization honors him for his outstanding dedication, commitment, and overall contributions to the martial arts community. Welcome to the Shakil School of Martial Arts Karate Hall of Fame. Our next recipient is Samad Haq, Hall of Fame Award recipient. Coach Samad Haq has emerged as one of the most dedicated and sought-after trainers in the New York metro area today. His contemporary approach of extreme fitness complements the old-school traditional methods. Athletes from a wide range of sports have embraced his approach, whether training former running back Tiki Barber, pro boxer Joe Hanks, pro track and field star Fatima Hurst, the outcome is the same: champions. The Shakil School of Martial Arts Karate Organization honors him for his outstanding dedication, commitment, and overall contribution to the martial arts community. Us.
Us, thank you, Master Kasim. Great job, man. Not bad for a politician. Us. We're getting ready for the second phase of belt promotion on today. The area of weaponry. And let the Shihan members are ready. How about a roll call? And we can bring them on board. Us. Let's give them a high.
Let's work it, baby. Your day, your time. Your time. Your day, your time.
Let's go.
Work it, work it.
You? First weapon up. Finish killer. One counter with finish killer. Again, you can get behind him. You can talk to him. You can push him on. Yes.
At this time, his execution of the short sword.
What? Samurai! Doro!
Moving into the next phase, you will be changing. You'll come back out for self-defense and one punch sparring. Run through it. At this time, Professor Ibrahim, please come to the front. We have 2 presentations on the black belt level to make. 2 black belt presentations to make. We'll have Professor Ibrahim make these presentations.
Wazir, Edipo, come forward.
Let's give him a hand.
He left, but his body didn't, but his spirit didn't. From Shakil School of Martial Arts Karate Organization Incorporated presents the Black Belt certification, Wazir Edipo.
5th degree black belt, go down. Mr. Ray. So can we give him a hand? Give it up. His son. His seed is there. Where's his seed? Eddie Jr. Move forward. Move fast, brother. Move fast. It says when you see the father, you see the son. Gotta move a little bit faster. There you go. Give it up, Jordan. Next is from Shakil School of Martial Arts, Karate Organization Incorporated. Black belt certification, Wazir Kevin Green. Can you come forward? Give him up! 5th degree, black belt. Go down. A little bit louder than that. Push. Push. Push.
Let's give our black belt recipients a hand. 5th degree black belt, the rank of Goda. Wazir Kevin Green. Us. Wazir Eddie Poole Jr. Us. Congratulations to you. Grandmaster Kevin Thompson is very, very adamant about the black belt. And I tell you, he's very, very adamant about the black belt. And why I say adamant about it is because there's always a question of why is he presenting so many black belts? The reason he presents so many black belts is because he is a pool of excellence. And everybody that comes out of his instruction, out of his training, is considered to be on the black belt level of excellence. So he's constantly looking to elevate, constantly looking to refine, and constantly looking to bring this organization to the highest place that it can be. So every person that makes the black belt in this organization, when you walk out in the world, you can stand tall and proud, because we come from an individual who is all about excellence, and who's about greatness in what we do. So I want to congratulate these Skodans again for receiving the 5th degree black belt. You're added to a long list of excellent practitioners from this dojo. So whether your rank is 1st degree through 8th degree, whether you're a Shodan or an honorary, you come from greatness in the Shakil School of Martial Arts. We're going to bring Shihan Kendrick back out. We're going to the area now of self-defense techniques and randori, the fighting. Let's bring them on. Roll the call! Roll the call! First up, we'll have self-defense. Black belt, self-defense. The self-defense aspect of our training shows that you're taking out in the real world. As Asante like to say, your technique should be precise, accurate, and effective.
After this, we have 1 point, 1 possible in the center ring. We have Jose Miguel Martinez as our chief judge, our chief sit-by. That's what I mean. Yes, sure, yes.
Basically, what I feel is your performance, your techniques have been above good. At first, I should say the scale ranges from 0 to 15, with 0 being poor ability, 5 being average ability, 10 is good ability, and 15 is excellent ability. What I see in your performance today has been above good ability. Okay, and just to comment on some of the comments I made here, one of the first categories is uniform. And when you came out, you looked like a warrior. You looked like you were ready to fight, and I can respect that. The next category is karate attitude. And ever since I've known you, you've always had a wonderful attitude. So that was already set in my mind even before you started your promotion, that your attitude was 100%. On your katas overall, I felt you had good movement, good technique. Some of the katas was even sharp. My only criticism would be that because you had to perform the katas back to back, you begin to tire near the end. Okay, so that's something you need to build your endurance. Okay. But overall, I rated you as above good. Okay, with some of the katas being excellent, some that you performed. Your only negative grade was on the breaking, where you missed 2 attempts with the kick. Now, just for those who may not realize it, kicking is a 2-component thing. One component is obviously the technician's, his technique, how well he does it and performs. The other is with the holders. So if the person holding the boards don't hold the boards firm enough and you kick it, it can give. So I don't know if it's their holding technique or your technique, but either way, it's a team effort. So that counted against you. That was your lowest score. Other than that, overall, your performance has been above good, just below excellent. So I would highly recommend that you be promoted to the next level. You
All right.
We're looking at 3 to 5. 1 punch techniques. This is all good punch. Hold your ground. Sharp technique. Accurate. Power.
Work it. Whoa! Punch! Punch! Hey! What do you say? Yeah!
You can talk to him.
What? it, work it, work it. Stay strong, stay strong. Come on, you got this, warrior. Let's hold on. How you say?
Moving to the last phase of the promotion, the rendition of the essay. Shihan will come to the microphone, Bush, with your paper.
You have to forgive me, the microphone doesn't stretch too far, so I gotta kind of be back here. But hopefully everybody can see me and hear me. Everybody can hear me? Yeah. Good. How's everybody feel? I didn't understand any of that. How's everybody feel? That's what I thought. Now, I didn't pick this topic from my intern people. I had asked LC to give a topic for me. I knew that whatever topic he would give me, I would write the best I could for this. So he asked me to talk about what is a black belt. So that's what my term paper is about. I'm trying to separate fact from fiction in regards to what the black belt actually is. It can be hard to imagine that in 2018, society still has this rudimentary idea of what martial arts is. From movies, old and new, TV shows, or just stories they've heard over the years, martial arts has garnered a reasonable level of mysticism around it. From the modest idea that it's just kicking, blocking, punching, and yelling, to the bold idea that it's possible to completely disable an opponent's body with just a touch of a finger. Perception of the martial arts has indeed greatly influenced a great deal of people's minds. The black belt is usually at the forefront of many of these ideologies, being considered as the penultimate achievement in martial arts training. The myths do carry some factual weight to them, which means that society isn't inherently right, but the arts aren't inherently wrong either. For the next few minutes, I'm going to explain to you all what exactly a black belt is, how the meaning of the black belt has evolved over the years, how a black belt is supposed to carry themselves, and the responsibility one must adopt when becoming a black belt. We all have had our preconceived notions about the martial arts. Since its inception, many have looked at the martial arts as nothing more than individuals placing themselves in awkward stances, kicking their legs way up into the air, throwing punches at superhuman speeds, and yelling at the top of their lungs. Then you factor in reaching the level of black belt, you almost envision an individual of divine abilities, like moving so fast that it's like you didn't move at all, or snatching the heart of a charging bull. That last part is true, by the way. Just look up Masatatsu Oyama when you get the chance. As fantastical as those notions might be, it doesn't detract from what the black belt truly means. Kiro Obi is the Japanese translation of black belt, and it traditionally marks a high level of martial arts understanding, or mastery of the basics. It is a culmination of years of practice and training in the basics of your art. While there are many new skills you learn at the black belt level, you also begin to learn the why and other ways you can execute a basic technique, also known as bunkai in most systems, as opposed to learning what and how to do and how to do it. It also marks reaching a level where you are now able to teach what you have learned, often designated with titles such as senpai,
sensei, or in the Shakil School of Martial Arts, wazir. Now many see teaching the martial arts as a right or a privilege. Personally, I see it as a responsibility, a duty not only to your art, but to yourself, as well as to pass on knowledge that you have worked hard to attain and understand. As many of you have learned over the years, while the black belt is a high level, it is not the highest level. It is, however, the start of a new endeavor, a trek into many layers of what makes your art what it is. Unfortunately, there have been many deviations from what the black belt originally represented. Because of the lack of understanding, we have many dojos capitalizing on the misinformed, creating a market as well as a mindset where anyone can reach the level of black belt within this time frame for this amount of money. Hindsight 2020 is a pretty solid marketing strategy. It's 2018 and I am not going to knock the hustle. However, as someone like myself, who has never imagined holding the rank of black belt, letting alone training to reach it, I can only imagine how much is left out, watered down, or abridged on the journey. Granted, every system has their own guidelines, standards, and practices, but ask yourself, how much do you think a 7-year-old black belt has learned until they reach that level? And yes, 7-year-old black belts do exist. I've seen them. It's also given rise to a plethora of black belts that aren't well versed in their own martial arts history and are merely playing the role of black belt, not realizing there's a modus operandi that comes with wearing such a rank. Black belts are not gods, deities, or superpower figures. Don't quote me on that last part. We are simply trained individuals governed by a unique code of living. I say living because unlike those dojos with those good marketing strategies, we believe in the martial arts as a way of life. I've told the students on many occasions that the martial arts life isn't an easy one. There are things you must be willing to accept and willing to give up. Things you must learn and unlearn. Aspects of yourself you must change as well as maintain. And most importantly, be open and transparent. Yes, there's a physicality to it all, the training, conditioning, and all that. But at the end of the day, the greatest weapon you have in your arsenal is your mind. Nevertheless, black belts are more than just a rank you wear around your waist. It is a representation of all that you've acquired throughout your martial arts tenure. Your martial arts prowess, technical proficiency, teaching ability, judgment, restraint, honesty, and most of all, patience are always at the ready, not only on the dojo floor, but in the outside world as well. There is an aura, a certain energy that surrounds a true black belt. It's an energy that tends to emit no matter which space a black belt is occupying. Black belts often adopt many titles inside and outside of the dojo, whether it be mediator, diplomat, judge, disciplinarian, or family figure. Our responsibility, not only to the dojo, but to the community at large, can seem daunting. But years of training tend to make the job easier. We can look at the black belts in the Shakil School of Martial Arts today. We have councilmen, lawyers, judges, school officials, law enforcers. Many who have attained the level of black belt have gone on to hold high-level positions outside of the dojo and have easily transitioned their martial arts knowledge and training into their profession. The black belt is looked upon as a leader no matter where they go, a figure of honor and integrity. Such a prestige can only be taken on when an individual has fully given themselves totally to the art, spiritually, mentally, and of course, physically. It is a cause, a cross to bear, and an obligation. To be a black belt is to be committed to serving the needs of others, to never again be a casual observer when an intolerable situation exists. It means never again being silent when wrong is committed or people are being oppressed. Mentally, when you put on the belt, you cannot take it off again and just be who you want to be when it is convenient for you. You must wear it every hour of every day for the rest of your life. And you must be who the belt demands that you be at that time. From the day you put it on, nothing but truth must ever come from your lips, and nothing but honor and dignity must ever be manifested by your presence. The day you earn your black belt, you take a vow to never dishonor another, to never stray from your obligation to assist others in need. Despite how many people you see wearing one these days, not everyone can take up the mantle of a true black belt. But if you do so with the knowledge that it will lead you to places where others cannot go. And you will see a path reserved for the few. And life will be an experience well above the ordinary.
There are so many things that can be said about what the black belt is, but at the end of the day, words alone are not enough. So, to wrap this up, as comprehensively as I can, I'll say this. The black belt is not the destination, but the lifelong journey into self-discovery. It is a duty that can only be fulfilled by those who have understood the sacrifices that were and will be made. It is a level that requires an individual to see past the self and see that art as an entity all its own. Above all else, the black belt is where your martial arts really begins. Anything you've ever imagined, considered, or even fantasized about the black belt pale in comparison to what the reality of it is. In the grand scheme of things, to be a black belt means you must be willing to go all the way, to go beyond the stopping point. I'm done.
Shihan. Behind the Shihan at the middle of the court, please. We're going to get into the issuing of the ring at this time. The last part of our ceremony on today. Facing towards the front, towards the dais. All black belts up, please. That's good, Shihan. That's good right there. That's good. All black belts. As we prepare for the issuing of the ring of Shihan, the 7th-degree black belt. First, give me courtesy of Grandmaster Kevin Thompson as Tim. Ready? And the certificate reads, in the name of God, Grandmaster Kevin Thompson, Shakil School of Martial Arts, Karate Organization A presents the black belt certificate to the sad man, Shihan Kendrick Gray. He has earned the right to continue to teach this system and should be respected and honored the same as any other instructor of this system. Now, he must continue to develop his spirit, mind, and body to express his inner self through eager and constant training of this system. This day of May 19, 2018, head instructor, Grandmaster Kevin Thompson, Red Belt. Shihan Kendrick Gray, congratulations on this milestone event in your life. You're now to be called Shihan, 7th-degree black belt. Shihan.
This is a presentation of your black belt diploma. Typically, as you know, we would tie the rank on, and all the black belts would have a hand in yanking it, popping. You've earned another stripe on that belt, your 7th one, and we will hold true to tradition. Push. All black belts. Push. On behalf of Grandmaster Kevin Thompson, now be called Shihan, 7th-degree black belt. Wear this belt with pride and defend it at will. Warrior! Also, your black belt award. Black belt. No real photo op would be complete without Kendrick's mom also and his fiance. Mom and fiance. Give it up! Congratulations, Shihan. Congratulations, Mom. Congratulations, fiance. Congratulations. This is where we begin. Mom, congratulations. Right?
everybody.
All black belts over here, please. Come on, Shihan. All black belts.
I think I was funny before.
And listen up, listen up, listen up. We'd like everybody to attend the ALS walk this year, Sunday, June 3rd, Saddlebrook River Park. Okay? Sunday, June 3rd. Saddlebrook.
It's Bergen County.
And we also have up and coming underbelt promotions. They are our future.
Starting next month.
Starting next month.
You'll be notified if your Facebook and text messages play about that. Shihan.
All right, let's get this picture. Let's get this picture. Please, let's get this. Let's get this. Tighten up. Tighten up.
Move the tables and let's get some people on this side. There you go. Just push it right back to the wall.
Wait. All right, fill in. Tighten up. Tighten up. Tighten up.
Everybody holding up one finger. One finger. I count till we got the warrior call. And 1, 2, 3. Warrior!
All right. Everybody look again. One more.
Keep that finger up.
Yeah, all right, there. All right.